In a courtroom drama that has gripped the nation, Julius Malema, the fiery leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, has been found guilty of hate speech, sending shockwaves through South Africa's political landscape. The ruling, delivered in a packed courtroom and broadcasted live across multiple news channels, marks one of the most significant legal and political moments in recent years. The case, which has been unfolding over several months, centered on statements made by Malema during public rallies and social media posts, which prosecutors argued incited racial tensions and undermined social cohesion. Legal experts have described the trial as landmark, noting its potential to set precedent for how hate speech is treated in the country, especially when it involves high-profile political figures. The judgment came after a meticulous review of evidence, including video footage, social media posts, and eyewitness testimonies. The presiding judge emphasized that while freedom of expression is protected under South African law, it does not extend to speech that promotes hatred, discrimination, or violence. The court finds the accused guilty of hate speech as defined under the Promotion of Equality and Prevention of Unfair Discrimination Act, the judge declared, a statement that immediately reverberated across the courtroom and the nation. Malema, known for his charismatic and often provocative rhetoric, appeared stoic as the verdict was read. His legal team immediately indicated that they would consider appealing the decision, framing the ruling as a potential threat to political discourse and freedom of speech in the country. However, critics argue that public figures have a responsibility to speak with care, given the powerful influence they wield over millions of followers. The reaction outside the courtroom was immediate and intense. Supporters of Malema gathered in protest, waving banners and chanting slogans, while opponents hailed the ruling as a victory for justice and a step toward curbing divisive rhetoric in South African politics. Social media erupted with debates, memes, and heated commentary, highlighting the deep polarization that Malema's statements have historically generated. Political analysts warn that this verdict could have far-reaching implications beyond the courtroom. With upcoming elections and ongoing debates about national unity and reconciliation, Malema's conviction may reshape the dynamics of South African politics. Questions are already being raised about the EFF strategy moving forward and whether the party will rally behind its leader or face internal dissent. Furthermore, international observers are closely monitoring the case, viewing it as a test of South Africa's commitment to upholding both human rights and accountability. The verdict sends a clear message: even the most prominent political figures are not immune to the law, and hate speech will face serious consequences. As the nation processes the shock of this ruling, one thing is clear: South Africa is at a crossroads. The verdict against Julius Malema has ignited conversations about freedom of speech, accountability, and the delicate balance between political expression and social responsibility. In the coming days and weeks, the country will undoubtedly witness intense debates, protests, and political maneuvering as all eyes remain on Malema, the EFF, and the evolving story of justice and responsibility in South African politics. The world watches, and South Africa waits. What happens next could define the country's political and social landscape for years to come.